So what's going on, guys? So if you watched part one, which I hope you did, I have pretty much been driving a truck, but and just to recap, like I said, this is part two. I'm pretty much just gonna go over parts. That's really gonna be the main highlight of this, but I just wanted to touch on a couple things before I go doing that. I did replace the rear main seal, and because in part one, you know, obviously I noted it was leaking, but it's fine now. Got it replaced. Why does the mileage not show up on camera? Either way, it's got 178,639 on it now, so not much more from part one. It's been about a month since I posted part one, but again, just recapping, I have, the more I drive and operate the thing, the more it almost, it really sounds like a lifter problem and a cam on the cam. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully when I get it apart, hopefully that's all we find is, you know, cam lifter problem. But either way, it's getting pistons and all that other crap in it too. So all right, let's go inside and see the old parts list, or yeah, the parts and rundown here. Okay, so here's all my parts. So yeah. So there's a mixture of Rock Auto, Dynamic Diesel Performance, and my dealership. So there is, I guess I'll just start with cylinder heads. So these cylinder heads come off of a another pickup that had blown the bottom end, but the head was good. So here's what it is on that part. I got new. Now I can, if y'all want, I'll put my email on here. You can email me and I can give you a parts number list of all this stuff. But I got lifter plates or baskets, however you want to call them. Got all brand new lifters. Let's see. I use Hot Shot Secret assembly lube. Sorry, if I'm cutting out, my son's back there being him. So pistons, I got them as a set from Rock Auto. Yeah, the lifters and lifter baskets, I'll just tell you where they were from. So the lifter cradles and the lifters themselves, they all came from Dynamic Diesel Performance in Florida. You just Google them and, you know, they'll pop right up. I'll drop a link as well. At first I was going to buy their $6,200 kit, which comes with all this except the fluids, and it came with rotating assembly, which is your crank and rods, but I didn't. Budget got a little tight, so I had to pretty much change my tactic on that part. So I got all this stuff in a matter of a month, per se. So everything is readily available. Most of it is, you know, from Rock Auto and my dealership. So I got 8 brand new pistons. They're standard bore. I'm not going to bore it. So I know in part one I said I was going to get the steel pistons, but like I said, I didn't opt to getting the 2020 steel piston updated rotating assembly, so I just stuck with the standard piston to the truck. And so you can see they're male pistons. Again, for you guys want part numbers, there it is right there, 2243852. And it comes as a set instead of 8. comes with the, like you've seen, the piston, wrist pins, and then the clips. That's all that's in this kit. The camshaft is a Melling camshaft, MC1428, and like I said, it's the factory cam. I'm going to press the gear onto this from the other. Sorry, 2-year-old Cruse trying to come in, but I just don't want him in here because this is our junk room, and he gets into every dang thing. Anyway, so this rocker assembly is for the right side. I don't know if you can see that. It's the RH. There's a, so again, new rocker assembly. These were all sourced from my local dealer, Ford dealership. So I have all rocker assemblies. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 for the right side and 4 for the left side. And that's it for those. Next up, have head bolts, Velcro. 2 sets, 1 set for each head, 18 bolts. There's part number ES72944. There's 2 kits of those. Standard head bolts. So I know I've just done those recently, but they are torque to yield. Once you torque them, you're supposed to replace them. Like I said, I'm pretty much doing this budget build, but at the same time, you know, doing it correctly. Coolant, as far as coolant goes. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 gallons. 6 gallons of 50/50. They are FVP, which is your Rock Auto coolant. I do actually have this coolant currently in my 17 and in the current 2011, so it's there's no issues out of it. So and then hang on, he wants back here with me so bad. All right, so yeah, that's it on the coolant. The other thing about the coolant in the truck currently, so when I last drained it out, I had some sparkly stuff in it, so I think that's from the water pump. But like I said, I reused it. I've already reused it twice, but since all this is happening, I'm just gonna pretty much drain it and get the radiator good flush, and then put it all back together with the new coolant. So piston rings are here, using Hastings. Again, another Rock Auto part, as you can tell. But all the rings are here. Top, second, and then the oil rings in one pack. So this is a whole set of 8. So there's 8 rings per bag. Sorry, I don't want to keep stopping this thing, so disregard that. I know these bags are rattly. As far as the bearings, so yeah, as far as main bearings and rod bearings, they are male. There's a part number for the main bearings, MS2350A. Just pull them out and show you. Those are all your main bearings. And then 8 boxes of your connecting rod bearings. So I don't think these are the upper lower No, they're not. Yeah, I don't think these are. No, I didn't get those. So these rod bearings. Here's the part number: CB1953 Henry. Is that a B or an 8? Oh, it's a B. So Charles Baker 1953 Henry. Like I said, they're male. Everything is standard size as far as my bearings and piston. I'm not boring this thing. It's already, like I said, I already honed it last rebuild, but I didn't bore it because it was, I mean, it was literally within it was at factory spec. Like, it had no wear or anything in the cylinders. It just needed to be just honed out. That was it. So they're probably still got their good cross hatching in them because, like I said, I don't have that many miles on it. Thrush bearings for the crankshaft, or thrush washers bearings, however you want to call them. They're not really a bearing. It's more like a washer. It's just, you know, thrust washer. Thrust washer keeps your crank from sliding back and forth in the block. There's part number for that. Tom Williams 711S. So that's that. What's next? I believe I'm gonna have, yeah, a lot of boxes of push rods. So I got every single push rod this engine will need. They're all milling. They're all milling push rods. So there's what, 32? I think there's 32 of these. Yeah, and that's the part number Mary Paul Robert 685. There's 4 per box, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 16, and then there's another 4 boxes in there, 2 and 4. So 8 boxes, 8 times 4 is 32. That's 32 push rods. Obviously your oil filter, Americraft oil filter, and in here here is SKP oil cooler. There's your part number, Sam King 904381. This is another Rock Auto source. Don't give me flack for not using all Motorcraft parts. Just come on, guys, just relax. It's okay. There isn't anyone that I know that's had any problems out of certain parts. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna go completely cheap out, but enough to get the same quality-ish. I mean, like, it's all made in China. It sucks, but it's what it is. I understand the quality control is different on certain cheaper items, but I have had any issue so far out of most of the things I buy. Same with the water pump. So water pumps SKP as well. And like I said, it wasn't the cheapest thing on the item list, but it wasn't the most expensive thing on the list either. So like I said, it's, you know, here it's on you what you want to do, but that's just what I got. So what else is in this box? It's just a water pump. Yeah, water pump and the gasket. So yeah. And then underneath that is the oil. I'm gonna run the 1030. I'm gonna run the 1030 oil. So, and then I guess last but not least is the master gasket kit. Has every single gasket and seal this engine has in it currently. The only things I won't reuse is, the only things I won't replace, I don't know, I might, depend on, well, no, actually, I probably won't, because it's not they were just replaced like a couple hundred miles ago, is these, the crossover gaskets. So I might just save these, put them up. Like I said, I'm not gonna replace the other ones. As long as the rubber's not all hard and brittle. It shouldn't be, because that, like I said, they shouldn't ever run hot or anything. But either way, yeah, everything's in here. Your cover seals, valve cover, oil pan, front seal, rear seal, like everything. Cross up pipes, turbo, which I am not going to take apart and replace those. Again, just miscellaneous seals and gaskets that I won't use all of either, like the EGR. I'm not going to use those. I'm going to use that. That's the turbo base. It's EGR gasket to, or yeah, the valve to the cooler. Oh wow, look at that. I didn't notice that. I did not notice that. I don't know if y'all can see that. Come on now. Focus on it. You can kind of see the square right there. It says FOMOCO. And it's got the Ford Motor Company part number on it. That's, look at that. See? And this came out of the Felpro box. See, I really just took them all out of the Felpro box and just kind of threw them in here. I had it organized until just now, and I just, like, destroyed everything. I won't be reusing that EGR because it doesn't have it on there. Let's see, that's a Felpro stamp. This here's a Felpro stamp, but that's for, if I had to guess, it's probably EGR2. Honestly, I don't know. That might be, no, that's not. I don't know what that is. If I see it, I'll know. And then valve stem seals, which I am not. I should, but I'm not, because I don't have a tool. Try to pull these back like I had them. Let's see. Yeah, this is the master gasket kit. So it comes with everything: the washers for the injectors, oil cooler gaskets, oil filter housing adapter gasket, injector seals themselves, the exhaust manifold gaskets, and the most important thing, valve covers and head gaskets. I've already inspected everything. There's no nicks and crannies or anything on any of the metal flat gaskets. So yeah, this is it. This is what you get in a master rebuild kit. So now that's all the parts I have. Sorry for the jostled up video, but you know, I'm holding the camera and I'm trying to, you know, open things and show you, because as I got everything, I pretty much kept it all in the box. So I just stacked them all up until I was pretty much ready to start rebuilding this unit. So I guess the final thing that everybody is going to be questioning is how much all this costed me. So, versus the reality of just buying another, like, long walk and put one in it, or even a complete engine. So, I'll give you that. Just a second, let me get all this put back together. Let me get all this reorganized back so nothing gets missing. Almost forgot. 2 cases of brake cleaner. This is the good stuff. Actually, again, available on Rock Auto. I think I paid $67 for 2 cases. So I got 24 cans. And I'm trying to find the part number for you. I know it's on here. Ignore my son in the background. There it is. So Johnson's 2413. This is the 2413. It's the high VOC. So if you guys are in California, you can't get that. Okay, so final thing, cost. So if you go to Dynamics website, you can actually build your engine with their site. So Yep, get a power stroke, engine build kits, and there's your options. Full overhaul. So your steel piston rotating assembly 11 and up. This is what I was gonna buy to begin with. I was gonna get that kit, but budget got tight and I had to do something different. The only thing I got from here was the cam and lifter kit. I could have got my full rebuild everything from here, but I didn't because I already had got some parts, and I didn't I just didn't I didn't want to return all that stuff and then have to, you know, revert back to getting this. So but either way, and then like y'all seen, Rock Auto, and then obviously my Ford dealer got me those rocker assemblies. So everything all together except for, I don't recall if my brake cleaner was on these tickets or not, because I think I got those after the fact, because I just thought about them and got them. Let's see. No, they're not on my printer. Are they? Nope. Okay. But yeah, everything's here. Everything that's back there on that table is in here. So again, total all that stuff together without the crankshaft and connecting rods, it came out to be, bam, $4,018.40. What is he hiding? I'm not hiding anything. I just forgot to add a couple things, but originally I was at $38.68 without the cylinder heads. The cylinder heads is what made it go there, because like I said, I bought those off of Marketplace, which was, you know how you can wheel and deal on Marketplace. And that's pretty much it. So that's all the parts that it's gonna take for me to rebuild my truck. Like I said, I opted to get pistons just because if the valve did touch that piston in that cylinder, then it may have some damage to it. I feel like it does, because the moment it done it, there was a cloud behind me from the CCV. Like, it was pretty bad. It cleared up, but it was still pretty bad at the moment that happened. So that leads me to believe the piston and rings possibly have damage. I hope it didn't kill the cylinder. If it did, I'll be having to look for a block. But again, this is part 2. We'll talk about that later. Part 3 is going to be, I guess part 3 is pretty much going to be to tear down and removal of the engine. Well, not tear down. It's going to be removal of the engine from the truck. And then part 4 will obviously be to tear down. And then the tear down will encompass, you know, obviously tearing it down, looking for broken or out of place parts. And I guess part 4? Yeah, removal for, okay. You know, either way, when I get to a stopping point on a certain part, it'll just make that one. I can't really per se if part 4, 5, or 6 is going to be this, and this, so, because I don't know what's going to happen. But either way, next part is getting the engine out, and then after that, just tearing it down and cleaning everything up, and just check it all and put it all back together. And, you know, the last final thing is firing it up for the first time and saying, heck yeah, let's roll. So I believe with new pistons and rings there will be a break-in period. There's no break-in for the cam from what I read, because it's a roller cam. But as far as the pistons, the rings, far as the rings go, and the new fresh hone new rings, those do have to break in. So I'll do that on the, like I said, the final take, and that's it. And I will see you guys when I get ready to remove the engine. Thank you.